What's going on all? Thanks for tuning in once again. Let's talk Canelo against Charlo. Okay, undisputed against undisputed. Jermell Charlo against Canelo Alvarez, taking place in September. So literally next month. Okay, thanks for tuning in. Hit the red button if you're new. Most importantly, leave your comment. Leave your take on it. And let's get straight into it. So I want to start off by saying, Charlo will be getting stripped in this fight. Okay, he'll be getting stripped from his WBO title. That shouldn't matter. In Charlo's case, he's already been undisputed. So, we see a lot of fighters now going up in weight, dropping their titles anyway. So I don't think it's going to bother Charlo too much. So Tim Tszyu is going to be the new WBO champion. And it's, Tszyu was meant to fight Charlo. He was meant to fight him. The fight got postponed. And Charlo decided to go after Canelo. I don't blame him. Canelo being most people's opinion of the face of boxing. So Canelo Alvarez, once in a lifetime opportunity, And Charlo's taken the opportunity to fight Canelo. So getting that out of the way, let's talk about the fight. Okay, let's talk about the fight. Firstly, I want to say that Charlo, going up in weight, being inactive, is always a problem. Whenever I see boxers go up in weight and they're inactive, they need to settle in that weight. They need to be comfortable in that weight. It's always a roll of the dice. You never know what the fighter's going to do. You never know if the fighter's going to be fast enough at a heavier weight. Can he sustain the speed? Charlo being faster than Canelo, he's faster than him. But is he going to be that fast at super middleweight? That's always a question. I know that Charlo's a naturally tall fighter. Okay, I know that he's the taller guy, but still, you put on weight, you lose a bit of speed. Because that's what it's going to come down to. Charlo's going to have to get away from Canelo. We saw a fight between Inoue and Fulton, where Fulton was the defensive fighter. The guy on the back foot, where I believe Charlo will be the same. He'll be on the back foot, but I think he'll also, jump in, try to stay away from the ropes. But all I'm saying is that, Inoue, when he fought Fulton, he was a lot quicker than him on his feet. That's how he managed to cover ground. And if Charlo can't cover ground in terms of being fast on his feet, how is he going to react to Canelo hitting him to the body? Canelo is one of the hardest punchers in boxing. He's not just a right-handed fighter. Sorry, he's got both hands. He's got power in both hands, is what I'm trying to say. Sure, he does fight right-handed, but the power in both hands, is a big advantage for Canelo. He does have more power than Charlo. And not only that, he's fighting Charlo at a weight that he's comfortable in, at a weight where he's chased down fast fighters. He's managed to catch guys that can box well. Caleb Plant, he caught him, finished him off. He's the sort of dude that when he hits you, there's repercussions after the fight. We saw his last fight against Ryder, and Ryder had a broken nose. And Canelo, he's the sort of guy that he hurts you early. Okay, from what I've seen recently, he hurts you early inside the pocket. So that's the last place where you want to be against Canelo. So Charlo is going to have the foot speed, and although Charlo's also got a good punch in him, the left hook, he's going to have to use that left hook. He's going to have to show Canelo that, hey, you're challenging a guy that can punch as well. You can't afford to be on the back foot and get impressed. You've got to get respect from Canelo, and that's going to be from power. Canelo, if he's coming forward and you're on your back foot, that's a dangerous fight. You don't want to get too far on the ropes, because Canelo only needs a little bit of space, to generate power. And I believe if Charlo can't meet Canelo in the middle of the ring, or stay away from the ropes, or manage to circle around them in a way where he can prevent from getting hit with those big shots. If he can't do that, then Canelo's gonna slow him down with the power and eventually knock him out. Although Charlo was a skilled boxer, I just question the weight. Can he take a punch from Canelo? And I know that Canelo hasn't really looked the same. He hasn't really looked like the Canelo that we know. We saw him against Bivol, where he gassed out, and we saw him against Ryder. He looked good offensively, but in the later rounds again, he started losing the rounds. So Charlo's going to have to outwork Canelo for sure. He's going to have to be the bigger guy by using his size and his reach, and obviously his speed. He needs to stay away from Canelo, and he also needs to know that he needs to be more busier inside the pocket and then move away from the pocket. He can't afford to just stay there and trade shots with Canelo. That's not going to work. And also, Canelo's a very, very great defensive fighter. He's just very great at rolling shots and using his shoulders, in a way where he can not take the full impact of the shot. So Charlo's going to have to really throw something quick. He's going to have to pivot and feint a lot, get Canelo guessing. You can't afford, like I say, you can't afford Canelo to be comfortable coming forward and chasing him down, because I think if that happens, Canelo's going to eventually catch him and break him down. So I do like the fight. I don't mind it at all. I think that it's one of those things. Like I say, I don't think Charlo will really mind his belt getting stripped. He's already been the undisputed champ, and once in a lifetime opportunity. I think you've got to take those fights. You know what I mean? I think this will be in fact I know that this will be his highest paycheck, and you don't really get much opportunities to fight Canelo, and Canelo's come at a time where he has looked like he's gone a bit worse, but he's still great. He's still got a lot left in him. It looks like he's looks like he is losing stamina a lot more in the later rounds and things like that. He's unable to pace himself, but I truly do believe it's because of the amount of time that he's been in the ring. He's started fighting at 17, I believe. I may be wrong, correct me if I am. Started fighting, he's had over 60 fights, and the thing that really keeps him intact is his activity. He's always active. So he's still got a lot in the tank in terms of skills, Like I say, he's a great defensive fighter. Very strong, very powerful puncher. Great slugger, good at defense. And the only people that have beat him is great boxers, I'm talking Floyd Mayweather, Bivol. You could also consider Triple G, the first fight, And these are all elite fighters, And can Charlo being an elite fighter and able to beat Canelo and take his punches. Just remember, Canelo's going to be the more popular fighter, the more favourite to win. So not only does Charlo need to outbox him, he needs to outbox him convincingly. It's a very hard task. And I think the way for him to do that is really to get respect from Canelo with the left hook. And most importantly, he cannot afford to lose his quickness on his feet. Him being faster than Canelo on his feet is going to be the key in this fight. Like I say, we saw what happened with Inoue and Fulton. Inoue was a lot quicker and he could chase down Fulton easily. So I mean, if Charlo's unable to be as fast as he is and, be busier than Canelo when they do get close to each other and he does jump in the pocket, he really needs to throw more in the exchange. He can't afford Canelo to land big shots. Like I say, even if Charlo's landing, it's going to look like Canelo isn't hurt because of the way that he tucks his head in, uses his shoulders. He's a very great defensive fighter. You don't really see him getting too hurt. We've never seen Canelo on the canvas as well. So, I mean, Charlo definitely needs to throw more in the exchange. And I think for Canelo, he's got to be front-footed. He needs to press Charlo on the ropes and try to cut him off the ring and not allow him to move too much. Because, I mean, if Charlo can get into a good rhythm and move and jump in the pocket, throw a couple of combinations, jump out, change his angles, it's going to be hard for Canelo to catch him. So Canelo needs to counter him, throw something hard to slow him down, or trap him, or push him on the ropes. And Charlo needs to, like I say, stay off the ropes, be the faster guy, be the more busier guy in all rounds, and most importantly, throw more in the exchange and get the respect from Canelo. So the way that I see it is that I think that Canelo, being the more active fighter, only losing to great opponents, even though he's derailing, I just think that Charlo, it's too much of a roll of the dice of him to go into the deep end, without being comfortable at a weight that he's fought in. Challenging a guy like Canelo, I just think that he needs a tune-up, and I think Canelo will beat him. Another interesting thing of this fight is, how the bookies have it. A lot of people have Canelo as the favourite, but people are saying that they're expecting Canelo to win on points. But in my case, I'm expecting Canelo to win by stoppage, late rounds. Obviously, do your homework, look into it yourself. Most importantly, leave your comment. But I am picking Canelo by KO. I just think that the power's going to be too much for Charlo. And I just question him at that weight. Had Charlo have had a warm-up fight against a top opponent at 168, I may have changed my mind. But because of him being inactive, coming in off a hand injury, like he says, going up 2 weights, I just think that's too much of a big ask to try to beat Canelo. That's how I see it anyway. Leave your take on it. Look forward to the comments. Like I say, if you're new, hit the red button. Most importantly, leave your take. And I'll catch you next time. Hopefully we do a live stream on it, or, I do another breakdown on it in the near future. Other than that, have a great day. See you next time. Look forward to the comments. Have a good one. Peace. Take care.